This is Okusama. In today's video, let's look at sketching a composition. So a composition is an illustration that has multiple elements to it. We have the foreground, we have the middle ground, we have the objects in the background. So I will show you a sample that we will use to redo today. And here is one on my screen. Let's move to this. So as you can see here, I have it's an illustration of many things. So the foreground elements, as I've said, they comprise, let me put my layers here. So the foreground elements have this. Let me just point using a brush. This is in the foreground. This also is in the foreground. So I have this running little boy here and the running cap. So the two of these are in the foreground. The ground on which they are running is also on the foreground. And then we move to the middle ground. The middle ground has, let me resize my brush for demonstration. So the middle ground has these houses. So these houses make up the middle ground. Also the grass here makes the middle ground, and the fence here makes the middle ground. The background has the sky and any other thing should I decide to include anything like buildings in the background. So this is the basic composition, so this is the basic layout of a composition. So let's compare that, or let's contrast with the final product. The final product will look something like this. Now I have the boy, I have the cap, I have the path, it wasn't included in the sketch before. Then I have the fence. Let me see if I did have that. Yes, I did. I have the tree now behind the fence. I have these buildings that are not included before. So how do we come up with such a composition? Is one, you have to visualize in your head what you want to capture. And for this case, it was a picture of a person running, chasing a cup. It's a twinkling little cup. So he was chasing it around. What would happen is we start by stick figures. Or the basic shapes and objects. So the basic shape for me, I did one for the boy, so something like this for the boy. So this is a posture of a boy running and reaching out to something. So I want this something to be down here. Also I want it a little tilted, and this something is a cap. So I also do another cap with a running posture. So the same posture that is here is the same posture that is used on the cap. So we have already decided on the dominance of our foreground. So this is our focus. I did say focal area, so this is our focus, the two objects, but now they can't stand in a vacuum and they are on, so we need to add more elements to it. Where are they running in? What is the environment like? What else is in the composition? So we could decide that they are running in front of a house. And so let's make a path. I'm using a different color so you know which elements are in the middle ground and which elements are in the background. So for the middle ground, I have a ground here, very simple, and then a simple house, very simple house, just the basic shape. Let me do another taller house to the right of it. Like that. Let me do a fence. I have done a fence. And let's do now, what do you say? The background. So let me pick a different color for the background so you see what elements are in the background. For the background, let's do a story, so that it looks like it's a kind of a town behind it. Just simple structures. And here we are. So we have now captured the entire sketch. Should you decide to add more details to your sketch, you are free to do so. Then you could reduce the opacity and then add a new layer so that you have all your sketches in one and capture facial expressions and things like those. So if I were to capture facial expressions, I will come to a surprised or sad mouth or something like that. Let me capture the expression. And let me add the arms. Let me add the arms. And the limbs. And let me do the cup. For the cup also, let me have the eyes for the cup so that it's looking at what is chasing it, and it's also feeling good that it's being chased and not getting caught. Okay, I think the rest of the elements in the background could remain as they are. There's not much that we'll add to. Okay, so now we have all our sketch in one layer, but we know which elements are in the foreground, which elements are in the middle ground, which elements are in the background. Let's go back to our layers and turn off this layer, and now we have our sketch layer remaining. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video.